Hi everyone, and welcome to this pick a card reading about your next 2 years and your development and your opportunities over the next 2 years. Just see which pile you feel drawn to, which colour. We've got Aqua here, Jade and Lavender. And then click on the relevant timestamp. I hope you enjoy your reading. Bye. Okay, so if you chose group number 1, the Aqua group, this is a really interesting one. So you've got lots coming to you, but it seems to be very much based around you finding peace within yourself about something, and not giving yourself such a hard time, not pushing yourself so hard. So we've got experiencing peace and calm as the message for Aqua. And you've got, on top of that, Archangel Raphael, healing and abundance coming to you. So you need to really heal from something, heal from, having worked really, really hard for something in recent years, and then allow the abundance to come in. But I also feel you're going to have Archangel Raphael with you as a guide for general healing purposes over the next 2 years. So it could be that you're healing your heart from something in the past, or from stuff in, childhood stuff, beliefs about yourself, anything at all that's stopped you from achieving the level of success that you're capable of up until this point. You've also got rejoice in celebration, so you're going to have something big to celebrate over the next couple of years. Something that's been kind of out of reach for a long time is going to come in, is waiting to be manifested, because you've also got the magician as you go into the future, as you move into the next couple of years. So over the next couple of years, you're going to find yourself increasingly more able to manifest what you want as a result of just taking the time and space that you need to heal yourself, taking things a little bit easier. It's ironic really that you've been pushing and pushing and pushing all these years, and you feel as if you haven't gotten anywhere, but now you're going to be able to actually take it easy a little bit more, and that from that space you're actually going to be able to manifest so much more. You've had to make a decision recently, an important decision, and it feels as if you made the right choice, because you got to a place where you were over-analysing and you just couldn't think your way out of it, and you allowed yourself to become very still, and the answer just popped in through inspiration. And that's what's going to take you forward. As long as you take care of yourself, as long as you're not pushing yourself too hard, I feel that's where you're going to get your success. Because sometimes when we're pushing really hard, it's a sign that something isn't quite clicking into place. Yes, sometimes we do have to push ourselves, sometimes we have to work very hard, but there's a difference between working very hard with a goal in mind and things falling into place, clicking into place, clicking and popping and all of that, and pushing and pushing and pushing, but always feel as if you're pushing yourself up against a brick wall. So that feeling is going to stop over the next couple of years. And at some point, if you haven't already made that decision, you're going to make a decision that's really important, that's going to take you into the beauty way, I just heard, the nicer way of achieving success, something that's so harmonious with who you are that it's actually going to flow a lot better, and it's going to feel much easier than what you've been doing in recent times. So you've also got Knight of Ariel. This is the Knight of Coins. So it means you've got a lot to accomplish. You've got a lot that you can achieve, and you need to just make a really detailed plan. And at some point over the next couple of years, I see you becoming much smarter. That old cliche about working smarter, not harder. I feel that's where the peace and calm comes in, and the ease that you actually figure out at some point that actually you've been working a lot harder than you needed to, because there are better ways of achieving what you've been trying to achieve. You've also got relaxation and forgiveness as your mini angel cards, which is really interesting. I feel that the forgiveness is giving something up that's been a burden to you for a long time. Whether it's some kind of resentment about something, anger that you've been feeling towards someone, something that you just weren't able to let go of. It's time for you to let that go, and to let the peace that then comes into your heart bring you forward in a more positive way in life in general. So with Archangel Raphael there, right there at the centre, over the top of your experiencing peace and calm, I really feel that it's the healing that your heart receives that's going to allow you to experience that relaxation and that peace and that sense that you can actually achieve things, and it doesn't have to be a struggle. It could be that the healing is around you feeling that you weren't deserving in the past, feeling that you didn't deserve it, and therefore you set up barriers, you set up blocks, you sabotaged yourself, you wouldn't let yourself have what you wanted, and so it felt as if it was always hard work. Everything was hard work somehow, and even if it started out easily, you'd find a way to turn it into really hard work. And it's that healing that happens in your heart, childhood wounds or old patterns, anger towards people that actually end up hurting you rather than them. All of that's going to be going over the next couple of years, and it's going to bring a flow into your life and a beauty and a series of manifestations that are going to just transform your life completely. Your outlook at the moment, you've got a lot of passion about something, definitely something that you're passionate about, but it's like if you don't express that passion and you don't see that success, or you don't feel able to communicate that passion to others, it will burn you up. And I feel that, you know, you may have experienced that in the past, but you still have that passion, it's still there burning inside you, and the way for you to get over any feelings of frustration is to actually just embrace it and just say, do you know what, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to find a way to share it. It doesn't matter, you know, even if you have to go and sing from the rooftops, or go and hand out pamphlets somewhere, or put a notice in the library and say, you know, I will come and do storytelling every Wednesday afternoon, whatever it is. Just make a small move to just bring that shift, bring that change. But I do feel that you will find the answers coming to you as you become more peaceful anyway, and you start to let those inspirations in. Because if you're not healed, you could have solutions around you all the time, but you just won't allow yourself to see them, because you will just see yourself as a person who doesn't deserve them. You know, we call that distortion in NLP terms. It's like you will distort, or deletions, they're deletions. You will just not see things that are there all the time because of who you've decided you are and what you decide you deserve. So it's time to do some healing, really, so that you can allow those beautiful things to come in, those beautiful manifestations. Now this is great because I did slip in a couple of reversals, and I'm amazed to see that this has come up as a really positive one. You've got in reverse mental conflict, the card of mental conflict. And what that means is that you are going to stop overthinking and pretzel braining over the next 2 years. The mental conflict that you had back here when you were trying to make a decision, you could not come to a decision, you could not see the solutions, you just couldn't see the answers. That could be where you are now. All that is going to end over the next couple of years, and you are going to find yourself in a much more peaceful, happy place when it comes to your work, your environment, even your home, even where you live. I see for some of you something that's much greener, much more rural. I see flowers, I see the sea for some people, but it seems much more peace. It seems as if you get yourself into an environment as well that helps you to be more peaceful, that supports a more peaceful existence. And who would have thought, that in the middle of a really peaceful experience you get all the success you were looking for, whereas you've been thinking, oh, I've got to battle and battle and battle and push, and it's a fight and it's a struggle. Suddenly it's like, my environment is actually a part of my success. That's where you're gonna that's what you're going to get to. So hopes and fears. Okay, so just frightened that your plans are going to be great, but they're just not going to happen. You know, you've got great ideas, you're very good at putting plans together, putting ideas together, putting schemes together. You know, there's probably your desktop is crammed with ideas that you've had in the past, plans and schemes and overviews and all these things. And I think there's a bit of you that's just a bit afraid that it's just going to come to nothing again. But I do feel that once you have this healing and this shift happens and you come to this place of peace, you will be able to make things manifest. But there is a change that needs to happen, and you need to forgive the past and find that peace before you can actually see something through to conclusion. This is what the King of Pentacles is all about. He sees the vision, he puts it into you know, a form, a structure, and he manifests it. And I'm happy to see these two both here, the Magician and the King of Pentacles, because they're both about making it happen. Even though that's in the fear position, it's just a thought, and a thought can be changed, as Louise Hay would say. And your outcome, so you've got the Queen of Cups in reverse. You've got now, this doesn't necessarily mean that this is how it's going to end. This means that this is a potentiality, and it's the potential that I feel is going to awaken if you don't do this healing and get to this peaceful place. So the Queen of Cups in reverse, over emotional, you know, too much feeling, lost in feeling, and then getting caught up in your thoughts again. So, you know, in order to stop that happening, make sure that you do this work. And we've got two more cards as advice to help you to see how you can circumvent that possibility. You've got the Fool, which is just stop overthinking and just do it. Stop overthinking it. Just do it. When you have an idea, when you have a plan, stop letting it all be in your head. You get things stuck into your head and they end up living there as ideas. Do it. Take action. You're going to have to take a risk at some point. You're going to have to take a risk, and it's going to be the best thing you ever did. If you don't take it, you're never going to know. You can't see what you haven't manifested yet. But when you go for it, you are going to be amazed. And this, I feel, is going to happen some point over the next couple of years, because you know, you did have this right next to the Queen of Cups, so that's your answer to avoid that situation of being over emotional, being over indulgent, being lost in your thoughts, you know, being depressed, turning to I can't do it, why isn't it happening, you know, any kind of victimhood. You are going to get over that by just going for it, just taking a risk, taking a leap, taking action, making that change. And all of this healing will help you to have the courage to do that, because you will stop sabotaging yourself when you do the healing, and you'll stop seeing the risk as a threat. Okay, and finally, impasse. Okay, great. All right, so you're going to a place where you, oh, I love this. You're going to move beyond what you thought was possible for you in the past. Because it's like, you know, when I can't remember what that phrase is for it, but it's when a person's hair only ever grows to a certain length, and some people believe that there is such a thing as, I don't know, terminal length or whatever it is, that your hair will never grow past your shoulders, or it will never grow past your elbow, or it will never grow past your neck, and that's just the way it is for you. It can be the same with our goals. It's like, I only ever have this, this and this much happen, but never goes beyond that point, because I will sabotage it. With the right healing and coming to that place of peace and balance, you will finally, in the next couple of years, finally, hallelujah, be able to get past that sticking point, your end point, you know, your point where you sabotage and throw things up in the air, and you're going to move beyond it. You're going to surpass yourself. You're going to take a risk that changes all of that once and for all. But please take heed of everything that's been offered as advice, because without you taking the steps, the necessary steps, you know, to grow in understanding of yourself and to transform those limitations within you, without doing that, none of this is going to change. Without you taking a risk and doing something in the physical that makes a change, you're obviously not going to get past that point. But the potential is there for you to do something over the next 2 years that is life-changing. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that Aqua group, and yeah, take care. That was a really good reading for you. I've got a really good feeling about this. I have every faith in you. Okay, let's go on to number 2. Okay, group number 2, you've got Jade, and the message of the Jade card is take action. So the next couple of years are going to be very, very active for you. They are going to be years of initiating projects, goals, dreams, schemes, things that move you out of this feeling of trappedness, of stuckness that you've had recently. Feelings that, actions that move you away from indecision. So you're being asked to choose wisely. So what's going on in your mind at the moment, in your unconscious, is that you've got lots of choices, lots of possibilities, probably lots of gifts, lots of talents, lots of, oh my God, which one, which road, which one. So over the next couple of years, that is going to end, and the way that it's going to end is by you taking action. You've got the High Priestess, so you have powerful psychic abilities. You've got strong insights coming through to you at the moment about which actions to take. You need to meditate more. You need to really connect with yourself and stop denying who you are. You need to really, oh my goodness, you need to see how powerful you are. See yourself as this powerful being, this powerful priestess being, and stop thinking you can't do it. Stop thinking there isn't room for another one. Have you seen the world right now? The world needs you. It needs your insight. It needs your love. It needs your spiritual passion. It needs your awareness. It needs your intuition and your guidance and your teachings. Okay, so you've just moved out of a phase of really not allowing yourself to see in that way, not allowing yourself to see yourself in that way, not seeing the visions that have been sent to you, not allowing yourself to open your third eye. Some kind of fear, possibly a fear from past lives to do with spirituality, something about being afraid of your power. You've been shutting down in that area and not opening up. Maybe you're afraid of the answers that you're going to get. Maybe you don't really want to see those answers, but you kind of know what they are, and you know your way out of this situation where you've felt very trapped. Over the next couple of years, you're just going to take a leap and you're going to have that new beginning. This is amazing. This card keeps coming up from different decks. This card of the Fool card, the card of just going for it, just risking it. And this is what's going to really change everything for you. It would be amazing if you had both readings that were saying that. But anyway, it's good to just pick one, because the nuances will be different and it will be the right one for you. So yeah, I feel over the next couple of years you're going to just start taking action and stop overthinking so much. You've also got respect and intention. So this is respect that you are going to gain, I feel. You're going to feel more self-respect. You're going to feel that you can honour yourself in the world much more because you've taken this action, because you've taken a risk. You need to take massive action, as Tony Robbins would say. Really step your game up. Do more than you're doing and just go for it. Just make things change. Stop asking whether things can change or how things are going to change. Make a change. If you do a lot more than you're doing right now in the right area, you will definitely see a result. So it's taking inspired action, not just action. I feel that's what's going to change, because you've got intention as well. What is your intention? What is it that you want to create? What do you want to do in this life? You know, this is what's going to get really clear for you over the next couple of years, and this is why you're going to be taking action. It's going to be inspired action with the High Priestess there over it, and it's going to allow you to have an entire new beginning. So let's see how that goes. You've got the Queen of Michael, the Queen of Swords, which is knowing exactly what to do, having complete clarity and the benefit of experience. So you really know now. You want to focus on your career right now. You want to cut out everything that is stopping you, preventing you from moving forward, holding you back. Everything that's been keeping you small, keeping you in small thinking or encouraging you to think small. You want to cut away from that. It's not to say that you won't be ready for relationships at some point. It's just that there is a period initially, at least, when you know you have to really focus on you, your vision, and what you want to create in this life. It might not be for the entire 2 years, but for some of you I feel it's going to take that much time for you to really find your footing in life and be ready to open your heart to someone else, because you could get distracted very easily. It might, if you're in a relationship already, it might just be that you need to sort of step away from that being your sole focus and the center of your life experience right now, and just say, I'm really sorry, but I have to do this. I have to do this for me, for the world. And I feel that that's exactly where you are right now, or where you are moving to over the next couple of years. A time for career more than relationships. Then you can have everything later on. You're feeling invisible at the moment. You're feeling invisible. You're feeling as if all the work that you've done, all the studies that you've done, everything that you've committed to, all the efforts that you've made, becoming who you are, you know, the awareness that you've developed, the talents that you've developed, you just feel invisible. I feel for some of you, you should actually have a higher profile. You might not only be intuitive, but you might actually be a little bit theatrical theatrical or a bit musical, or you might have something else going on that means that you should actually be a lot more visible by now, and you're being told that it's time for you to take off that cloak of invisibility. Over the next couple of years, you've seen everything that you need to see, you've learned what you need to learn, you just need to step back out there, and that's what's going to be manifesting over the next couple of years. But right now, I don't feel that you're anywhere near where you need to be or where you deserve to be. You're afraid of actually what it takes to some extent. You're afraid of the sacrifices that it takes, of the time that you have to walk alone, of the you know, intense soul searching and just kind of following your own light and just going inside yourself for strength. There's a part of you that's thinking, well, what if I do all of that and it still doesn't give me what I want? Well, sometimes it's actually enjoyable to do this just for its own sake. I know it doesn't seem that way. It's the hermit, by the way. Sometimes it doesn't seem like a great thing to do, you know, to go into the cave and to find yourself and to find who you really are and what your journey is. But sometimes it's necessary, and it doesn't have to be for long. But please don't fear that, because if you're afraid of connecting with yourself, then you're not really going to get very far on the journey to actualizing yourself and your mission and your goals and ambitions. You're always going to be trying to please other people, or trying to second guess what they think you should be doing, or what, you know, our minds are constantly being fed with other people's ideas of who we are, or what they think we should be doing, or what they think we're really good at, or what they think we would be successful at, or what society thinks, or what makes more sense, or what's more logical, or all that stuff. You don't need any of that stuff if you take the time to go inside and develop more self-awareness. So don't be afraid of that. Some of you will actually be hoping for that time. Some of you know that that's exactly what you do need, and you're thinking, yep, I need to cut away from these people, cut away from these distractions, and I need that time for soul searching and planning, and you're very clear about that, and that's great. Over the next couple of years, that's exactly what you do need to do. Right, okay, thank you. And you've got the devil in reverse, which means that you're overcoming it. Which means that you're overcoming temptation. Over the next couple of years, you are going to overcome the temptation to keep going back to something that doesn't serve you. And as we've got, you know, you need to focus on relationships. It could be that there's a relationship that's been distracting you, that's been making you feel confined, trapping you, that's been throwing out your intuition and stopping you from opening your third eye and seeing the truth. Or you've been blocking yourself from seeing the truth because you want the relationship to be true much more than you want your path, your destiny, your highest, brightest, shiniest, truest goal. You've sacrificed and you've compromised for too long now, and over the next 2 years you're going to overcome that, whatever that was, and you're going to step away from it easily. I mean, I'm not going to tell you that it's going to be an easy thing to do, but because if it was, then you wouldn't still be wrestling with it. But you are going to step away easily into something better in terms of your career. That's going to make it a lot easier for you to do that. The clarity that you get and the actions that you take. Take action, take so much action, be so busy that you don't have time to think about that. Stop going back. It never worked, it's never going to work, it's not going to change. He, she or it is not going to change. You know, if it's a bad job or a bad position, it's not going to change. You know, the people involved are not going to change. Stop being tempted into that. I feel that's the biggest shift for you. I feel the biggest shift is you not being tempted to get drawn back into addictions, addictive patterns, addictive relationships, addictive ways of seeing yourself that do not serve your highest good and do not bring the success that you deserve. And you've got the Tower, so that means that's a total change, total transformation. I love that. The Tower comes, I think it's just before the Star, which is your wishes fulfilled, or just before the Sun, just before a really positive card. And it's right after this one as well. So you resist that. It brings a huge awakening. Let me pull a few more cards for you. You've got trickery, to be transparent with you. I just want to see something a bit more positive for you as an outcome. But you know, what I see is you moving into this new beginning, and I know that's great. But what I'm also seeing, as this is in your final position, is that you are going to be, this could be a person trying to draw you back in when they see you moving on. This could be someone seeing you, you know, getting your success, getting what you deserve, getting your glow up, as they say, and wanting to pull you back in with trickery and manipulation. It could be a job that suddenly sees your worth when you get a new job, you know, when you suddenly achieve something new. Whatever it is, there's nothing that's going to stop you from achieving this, but there will be, you know, this thing that comes in, and when it sees that you've resisted the temptation to get drawn in, it's not going to be happy, and it's going to try to come back for you. You've got the Five of Raphael. Everything happens for a reason. Release the past, look forward to the future. There's a better course of action available to you. It's all the same message, do you see? So do not get drawn back into the past. If you refuse to get drawn back into the past, there is a wonderful new beginning for you, and your outcome. Focus on your work. Focus, focus, focus on your work. Oh, thank you, God. Okay, so this is a process. You've got the Wheel of Fortune. That it could not be clearer. Focus on your work and your luck will change dramatically. It will be able to cut through all the rubbish. It will be able to cut through this tendency to keep going back to something that is not for your highest good. It will cut through any manipulation that's coming towards you. Just keep focusing on your work and you will achieve that success that you deserve. New beginnings, the end of delays, a change in direction that offers happiness. Amazing. See, this makes total sense, and it makes total sense that it's a 2-year period, because it's possible that you've been wrestling to let go of something for a long time. But just know that if you spend the next 2 years focusing diligently on your work, on what you want to achieve and what you want to manifest and accomplish in life, you can overcome all of that. And you can move on. Okay, that's it, group number 2. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was helpful to you. And it looks amazing. It just looks as if it's going to be a period of a little bit more letting go for you to get to the amazing, because the temptations will be there. They will come back, even though you've resisted very well. You know, there will be bigger and better and brighter things offered. Stay aware, stay awake, and keep focusing on your work, and you will turn that wheel again in your favour. All right, take care. Good luck with it. I hope you have a fantastic couple of years, and we'll move on to group number 3. Okay, and group number 3, the Lavender group, we've got connect to body and mind. This is the message of the Lavender card. Connect to body and mind. And then on top of that, you've got truth. So there's a need for you to really, really connect with yourself, connect with your feelings, connect with your heart, soul and mind, and figure out, you know, what's really, really true for you now. So look for signs in your body, you know, like what feels good when you eat it, what foods. Listen, really listen to your body. I feel like for some of you there are issues around the body. There are things that you want to do better, things that you know don't serve your highest good, and you need to be really listening. How do I feel when I eat this? How do I feel when I eat that? How do I feel when I drink this? How do I feel when I do this? You know, and really listen to that in terms of people as well. When I engage with this person, how do I feel? When I've spent time with that person, how do I feel? What about this activity? What about this particular thing? There's a time for you over the next 2 years. There's a need for you, rather, to spend time really getting clear about what is true for you now in all areas of your life. You're being asked to stay determined about something and move forward no matter what. You're being asked to be prepared for any possibility, to be ready to defend what's right, to defend what's yours, to be very strong, to see what's happening around you, to see things very clearly, because you want a lot out of life. You also want to see the end of a cycle, the end of a cycle of defeat. You've had lots of interesting possibilities, lots of interesting starts to projects, huge burst of creativity, huge potential for things. But for some reason you seem to have this feeling of not feeling independent, not feeling free to do things your way, not feeling free to walk your own personal path. And this seems to be a theme at the moment and that you're moving into. But you have lots of great creative ideas and lots of potential there to achieve great things. And it's really important for you to stay focused on what it was you wanted to accomplish when you started. What was the cycle, what was the cycle that you wanted to complete? Did you want to complete, finish a book? Did you want to finish an album? Did you want to finish a course that you're creating? Did you want, what is it that you're wanting to wrap up and bring to a satisfactory conclusion? I feel that over the next couple of years, you're going to be trying to manifest that, and you're being asked to stay determined and keep moving forward, because you can do it. It just feels as if you need to really work on becoming a bit more independent so that you've got complete flexibility to work in the way that you want to work. There are times when we need to compromise, and it may be that you are going to be asked to be flexible, especially with your time, because it could be that you're doing two things at once for a while, two things while you wait for one thing to get off the ground. And I also feel that your body needs some healing as well. So, you've got a lot that you're juggling. There seems to be a lot going on. It's possible that you feel as if you're not quite sure that you can see the vision for how you can do this on your own, or how you can manage. But it does feel as if you're being encouraged to recapture a former independence and get yourself back in balance. Okay, let's see. Right, the King of Swords. So you're wanting complete clarity about things over the next couple of years. It's possible that this King of Swords is someone in your environment, and it's possible that this is kind of, it feels like a presence that's sort of watchful, watching you. It's almost like there's someone whose judgment you're afraid of, or someone you feel that you can't quite shake off, someone that's just sort of there in your life, in your awareness, in the background. You possibly feel a bit limited by this person in some way. Perhaps they're very judgmental, a little bit, I don't know, harsh in some respects. But I also feel that this is an energy that you can adopt in order to find your way forward. Not the harshness, but being very watchful, being a lot clearer, having your eyes open and your wits about you, and being able to achieve what you set out to achieve by just having sharp focus and moving towards it. This is what air signs are like. They think a lot. They get very clear in their minds, and then once they decide they're going to go, they go, and that's it. Nothing stops them. And that's how you're being asked to be over the next couple of years. Your awareness at the moment, you've got that reversed. So awareness, your intuition, all of those things, they're a little bit off balance at the moment. And you're being asked to just connect with yourself a bit more, connect to your body, mind and soul. It's the same message again, so that you can see what's really going on around you. It's almost like the first stages of someone realizing that the way that they believe the world isn't actually the way it is. And that could be in your work situation, it could be in your relationships, close relationships, it could just be within your life in general, that you are on the verge of an awakening. You're about to start seeing things as they really are, but at the moment you're not allowing yourself to. Your awareness is blocked because there's something else that you're trying to protect. But you will, over the next couple of years, achieve that clarity. Wow. So you're hoping for complete success, obviously, but it's as if there's something always pulling you back, or distracting you, or making you lose focus, and you just have this feeling of being dependent on someone or something, and not quite being able to break away and completely do things the way that you want to. Oh, wonderful. The Ace of Gabriel, the Ace of Wands, a new opportunity over the next couple of years that allows you to break free. Oh, thank God. That was beginning to feel really quite restrictive and not great, because all the success was tied up in your hopes, your wishes, you know, what you wanted, rather than what was actually happening. You know, in your unconscious, you've got the world in your unconscious mind, what you want to manifest, what you're you know, what you're dreaming about, what's there in the back of your mind. It was as if it was just not happening somehow. And then you get to the end, and then you have all this opportunity just opening up, because you stayed determined and because you developed that clarity. So this is over the next couple of years. You're being asked to pace yourself as well, because when you're really clear, you don't have to rush things. You can stay, you know, keep a clear head, keep in balance, don't be ruled too much by your emotions. But, you know, keep that creativity alive, because there's something where a creative passion is going to allow you to move forward and to just take a new opportunity and bring the change that you deserve so richly and that you've been dreaming of for such a long time. So it does feel like an artistic project, but it's like an artistic project that you should receive backing and support for. So you need to be actually going out into the world and making it happen. You need to be generating these opportunities for yourself. You need to be, and air signs can be very good at networking as well. You know, this is your Gemini, Libra and Aquarius, because they just, you know, they think things through. They're very clear about things. They're quite good at communicating. They're quite good at connecting with people and talking about their ideas. And, you know, even if they're shy, they're just good at representing themselves. And this is a skill that you're being asked to adopt, and to just not see it as a negative thing. Just being able to get out there and, you know, Geminis do it very much by being good communicators, by being able to, you know, they've got the gift of the gab. They can be a bit silver-tongued sometimes. They communicate well with people. People like being around them. You know, it's kind of a good vibe sometimes. And then you've got the Librans, who are very good at balancing things. They're very good at, you know, keeping things in harmony. People like the sense of harmony that they bring. And you've got the Aquarians, who are just full of innovations and ideas, and they've got that enthusiasm about their thinking, and you know, ideas that they're definitely going to put into action. They always look as if they're going somewhere. And this is the sort of attitude that you're being asked to adopt over the next couple of years, to be more of an air sign in your approach than maybe a water sign, or, you know, an earth sign that can be good at, earth signs can be good at manifesting things, but this isn't how you're being asked to. You're not being asked to structure things, and you're being asked to just, you know, I don't know, go for it, think you can do it, believe it, and just, you know, chat your way into it, in a sense. Okay. And then you've got prosperity. I love that. You've got prosperity coming. Prosperity is flowing towards you, so be open to receiving it. So get out there and meet people and talk about your projects and talk about your ideas and your dreams, and let's turn this the right way up. I do feel that you can achieve that independence. Independence is what you want more than anything, and you need to get clever, is what I'm thinking about this. It means you need to get clever and think your way out of things, rather than trying to feel your way through or intuit your way through. Yes, you need your awareness, you need your intuition back, you need to connect with yourself, but you also need to be able to think logically and clearly, and enthuse people about your ideas, get people interested, get them to see the vision as well. And what else have you got? Perception. Wow, amazing. Perception is everything, isn't it? You might not feel that you succeeded at anything yet, but other people see you as being very successful, and you might not feel independent, but other people look at you and they can see your potential. They can see where you're going to grow, and I feel that you're going to grow into this over the next couple of years. You're going to grow into your independence. Your ingenuity is going to flourish. Your creativity is going to flourish, and you're going to be able to get people on board with your ideas. I feel that is going to be a big part of the key, being able to collaborate with people and be flexible. Move away from where you felt bound and restricted by collaborations or by people around you breathing down your neck, you know, bosses without vision breathing down your neck. Move away from that, but move into a situation where you can work with people and have some flexibility to take on their ideas, and you will be able to heal any wounding that you have around collaborations and working in group sessions, group situations. I'm going to just pull you one or two more cards from the Power Tarot, Archangel Power Tarot deck, and just see what else is just on the horizon. Perspective. Isn't that amazing? You've got perception and perspective. There's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. So over the next couple of years, you're going to be really using your ingenuity to think about different ways of doing things, rather than just thinking that you're dependent and that you can't make it on your own. You're going to start to get the ideas that will show you how. You've got the Four of Michael, so you also are going to need to take care of yourself and rest, receive more insights in meditation. Four of Raphael, all the fours, so the angels are there with you, wanting to help you as well. Look for the possibilities in life. You've got a lot of swords around you coming in. Oh, wonderful. So a lot of air signs waiting to come in and show you the way. And then you've got the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Michael, absolute triumph. So take all of those things, how they resonate, and good luck with that. I hope that works for you. I hope that helps you, and I will be back soon with more. Bye.